This is Chet Holmgren, and I'm down to dunk.
This is AJ Mitchell, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Alex Crusoe, and I'm down to dunk.
It's like baby bottle pop. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is Adam Flagler, and I'm down to dunk.
Hey, it's Isaiah Hartenstein, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Cason Wallace, and I'm down to dunk.
I can't spell Lucas. Hey, how do you spell Lucas? How do you spell Lucas?
This is Lou Dort, and I'm down to Dort.
This is Nikola Topic, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Dylan Jones, and I'm down to dunk. This is Isaiah Joe, and I'm down to dunk.
And there's probably like 50 to 75 Beanie Babies.
Give me like your top 3 Pokemon.
Brother, I can't even name.
This is Jay Will, and I'm down to dunk.
Sometimes the way his brain works is it leaves a lot to be desired.
This is Kenrich Williams, and I'm down to dunk.
Charmander.
Yeah.
Charmander. Or you're more of a Charmeleon guy.
Charmeleon.
This is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and I'm down to dunk.
Schlecht. You know what it means? Yeah.
That means like bad.
It means bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Well, it was a good interview, so it wasn't bad.
J-Dub, year 3, and I'm down to dunk for the 3rd time. Thank you.
Welcome to Down to Dunk. I'm your host, Andrew Schlecht. We're part of the Athletic Podcast Network. With me, as always, on Mondays is Michele Berra. Michele, what's up?
Well, we are back on our normal schedule, which is something that it didn't happen for the past, I think, 18 weeks. And so we are back at it, finally, at 8:27 my time on Monday.
Here we go.
Wait, it's not really 27, but we decided to record at 27. So that's normalizing life. Should we, though?
It will only stay normal for today because the rest of this week I'm out. I'm going to be a camp counselor for the rest of this week. And so I'm going to record a Reddit mailbag today that will go out Wednesday and Friday. And then after that, we should be on a relatively normal schedule. Listen, I just drove home yesterday, 16 hours from Las Vegas to OKC. And I saw a ton of blown tires. I saw cars on the side of the road. And I thought, you know what? I hope those people have good insurance like the people at Shelter Insurance have with Aaron and Drew Reese. Because listen, if you need good car insurance, you need good home insurance, you should call them today, 405-773-5500 for Aaron. He's serving kind of the Bethany Mustang area. And then Drew is in OKC, 405-478-7714. Call or text them today to get a quote. Maybe just to have a friendly conversation with a good guy. You could also do that. Both are great people and people that will help serve you, and you'll be in great hands with either one of these guys if you give them a call or text today. Thank you for supporting Down to Dunk and the Oklahoma City Thunder. So Michele, I got back from Vegas yesterday, and I had a lot of time in the car. But listen,
only Americans can do that, by the way. Deciding to drive like more than 12 hours and actually do it in one go.
Yeah, I was by hour 15, I was starting to fade pretty drastically, but
still an achievement.
It was. Shout out to my wife who drove. I can't even talk today. She drove.
Drove is fine. Drove?
What am I even doing? She took like a 4-hour stretch, which really that helped power me to get the rest to go the rest of the way. So big shout out.
Shout out to Amy.
Listen, the Thunder won the NBA championship. Okay.
Woo!
So many people that are saying things like, "Hey, what are they going to do with their third two-way spot? What are they going to, let's talk about the aprons. How are they going to do this? Who are they going to keep? Are they going to have to? They're going to have to let go of Dort. They just won the title. Like they just did the thing that we've talked about for so long. They did the thing that Kevin Durant couldn't do while he was here, that Russell Westbrook couldn't do while he was here.
Shots fired immediately for like just no reason. Andy goes immediately at KD. Wow.
Yes.
This is heck of a Monday.
George couldn't do it. Carmelo Anthony couldn't do it. None of those guys could do it. Okay. None of those guys could do it. And we can give all the excuses as to why it never happened, but the truth about it is those guys had chances to win it. They had good teams around them. They had supporting superstars. And the fact is, like, they just didn't deliver. And we just had Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who had one of the best guard seasons ever.
Mhm.
Like, you could argue that he just had a better season than Kobe Bryant ever had. Which sounds crazy. It sounds hyperbolic, but you go look at the accomplishments.
Oh
Go
no,
look
yeah.
at them. And
Efficiency, numbers, whatever. You can
It's
look at
a
everything.
it's a real thing. It's a real thing. And then you think about all the excuses that were on the table for all those KD, Russ, Ibaka teams through the years. And whether it be age, whether it be injuries, the second best player on the Thunder had to rework his shot and get almost 30 lidocaine shots during the playoffs just to make it through, and scored 40. No excuse, not one excuse. Wasn't even listed on the injury report. So, listen, we can deal with our aprons. We can deal with our third two-way spot. We can talk about all these concerns we have about keeping Isaiah Hartenstein or Lou Dort, but like, just pause. Can everybody just pause for a second and think about what the Thunder just accomplished? I mean, think of going back through the regular season. They didn't lose more than twice in a row. This was
And the only day that happened, it was November 19th in San Antonio. They were without a big. They never, ever lost 2 games in a row while featuring either Hartenstein or Holmgren.
yeah.
This is how great this season was. And I mean, there are a lot of moments in the season, but to me, after the moment that they lost those 2 games, they go on a 23-2 run, with the 2 losses being a Hail Mary from Van Vliet in Houston and the game in Cleveland, where it was possibly the only time in the regular season when you face the team and say, they played us.
Yeah.
They played us well.
Totally.
We left something on the table, but they played us well. And back to the feeling that we need to take time and really savoring everything that happened. It's also how the team allowed us to do so by smoothly and seamlessly signing all the 3 guys to contracts where nobody has to sweat for the entire summer because it's all done.
It's all done.
And again, and I'm so, I mean, disgusted is a strong word because I don't have such strong feeling about it. I just don't care. I don't care about the talks of, hey, but what happens in 2 seasons? They are too expensive. Hey, this is what happens when you have such a great team and such great players, and you are so young that signing those 3 contracts is a no-brainer for any team, especially because those 3 guys are willing to do it immediately and be okay with the plan.
Yep.
So to go through a season where, if we go back with our minds in that game of November the 10th against Golden State, I remember myself saying, well, now that Chet is gone, winning like 48-50 for the regular season and be somewhat ready for the playoffs is a huge win. There is no pressure whatsoever.
Yep.
And then boom, they are this machine, this perfect machine that bulldozes over the entire league, wins a gazillion regular season game, goes into the postseason, struggles because they did struggle, but they come up with the championship in their hands. We need to really go back, rewatch these moments, because for many franchise, this is either way in the past or never happened.
Yeah.
There are fan bases that are just not able to appreciate what we're feeling now. So to slow down a little bit, don't worry about anything beyond, today. Just live in the moment, because whatever we are witnessing this summer is a perfect place where nothing can really happen, and then we are ready to take in another season when it comes.
Yeah, and I mean, you have the MVP on your team. You have a generational talent
Mhm.
in your city playing for your team.
Yeah.
You have what I think are two other generational type talents waiting in the wing. Like, what other wing in the NBA could average 25, 5, and 5 and guard 5 positions? Like, what other wing that is 20? Is he 23? Did he turn 24 yet?
Dub.
Yes, he turned 24
Yeah.
in April. What other 24-year-old wing is a creator on his own, can defend every position, and literally jump center this year? Like,
Yeah.
Can you name one? Is there another one? I mean, those guys don't
Possibly prime KD was able to guard basically everybody.
that exist now that are in the NBA.
No.
And the guy literally had to rework his shot, played through an incredible amount of pain and discomfort, and still came out on top. And then you have Chet, and I think there are fair discussions happening about Chet, because I don't think it's completely unfair to ask questions about Chet's contract and about what's going on with him. The fact is, like, this is a generational defensive player. Like,
Yeah.
there aren't very many guys in the league that you would take over him as your like defensive anchor in the middle. And the fact that he stretches the floor, and the fact that he is also just like an outrageous competitor.
Yeah.
You know, I think like to have those three, one, to have the guard, wing, big combination for your big three.
Yeah.
That to work out is insane in itself.
Yeah.
But to have three guys, like what's more likely, that Chet never makes the All-Star team, or is that he's a multi-time All-Star? What's more likely?
Oh, this is not even a real question to me. Like, Chet Holmgren is like I said the same thing, I think either with Alex or Dream Team, I don't really remember. But I do think that when you have a player that is at this kind of level, which to me is prime Gobert level,
Yeah,
where, I mean, he's signing to a max, no questions asked. And that guy is going to probably be an All-NBA kind of guy or All-Defense kind of guy, and maybe a couple of times an All-Star, just for his defense.
Gobert made 3 All-Star teams,
Yeah.
everybody.
Exactly what I'm saying.
3 times. So,
and all those 3 times, he was so much worse than Chet offensively, like every single year.
yeah, there's no question. So, like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing with like anything that we're saying about Chet? Like, listen, you have 3 guys that want to be here.
Yeah.
You have 3 guys that just won the title as your top 3 players.
Yeah.
They all want to be here. They all signed. Their contracts don't kick in at the same time. We have a year before we have Chet and J-Dubs kicking in, and we have 2 years before we have Shay's kicking in. So, like, they're staggered. The Thunder have made a ton of money in preparation for this moment,
Yeah.
right? Like, they're not like surprised by this. And in fact, to have 3 players that you're excited to pay the max to, there's not, like, what other young team has that? Where you're not like, where you're like, man, I don't know if they're worth it, but we're going to go ahead and do it anyways and hope that they grow into it. I mean, come on. Like, this is the accomplishments are insane. I mean, you have the MVP, the most valuable player on this team, who was also the finals MVP. He was also the scoring champ. You have a wing who's in his 3rd year, who made all defense. He made all NBA, and he scored 40 in the finals.
Yeah.
Then you have Chet probably doesn't get the credit deserved for coming back the way that he did, because the injury that he had it's a car crash injury. It's not an NBA injury. It is very unusual. If he did not come back this season. I don't think like anybody would have been like, "Oh, that's insane." But the dude is a warrior. He wants to be on the court. He wants to play badly. His competitive nature is off the charts. And like you look at what he did defensively throughout the playoffs. And I just don't think he's 100% yet. I don't think he's physically 100% yet. And so like that combination of everything that happened, the regular season was unbelievable. The playoffs were unbelievable. You win the whole thing. And now you get to, and eventually, yeah, there will be some hard decisions they have to make. We'll talk about them a ton on this show.
In 2 years.
Yeah, they don't have to do anything yet. They get to run back the same team. But listen, they're better. Like they're going to be better. Only for a couple of reasons. One, age. Everybody's a year older, which for some teams like the Warriors or the Clippers or whoever else, it's a bad thing. It's a very good thing for the Thunder to be a year older. And two, not a ton of shade at Dylan Jones, but like you get to put a lottery pick in place of Dylan Jones.
Yeah.
And you have Topic coming back, another lottery pick. I know Sorber wasn't a lottery pick. He's close enough.
Yeah.
You get like you're bringing in more talent. You're bringing in more talent, and you're also upping the talent of the current roster just by getting a year older.
And getting chemistry, like, let's be honest, the fit between Chet and Hartenstein was not smooth early on. So they will have an entire summer to work it out. And I mean, they will probably come out better. I mean, I'm not sure if this will be like perfect, because it may not be perfect, but it will be better. And that is already something that I think was not present for the last part of the regular season, and also a little bit in the playoffs. I mean, I did this exercise, I think, by myself or in a podcast, I don't remember, but suppose that you are discussing whether Chet should get this kind of contract or not. We can scroll down and name every other team in the Western Conference right now, and then in the Eastern Conference, which is even easier, and say, would this team pay the tax to have Chet Holmgren at a max deal today? And I think that the answer is yes, with maybe the exception of Denver, solely because they may not like the pairing and the money allocation. Yeah. But it's maybe Denver, and that's it. Because, I mean, Houston will probably...
Though?
Sorry?
So can you imagine Chet and Jokic, though?
Yeah, I can, but you can say, okay, we are screwed then because, I mean, we don't have enough shooting. We want to play Aaron Gordon and whatnot. But it's a stretch to say that they won't do it.
Yeah.
I think that they are...
Yeah, if you could just sign him off and just like accept his contract into your books.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Or if somehow you can sign him to a restricted free agent deal without having to make room for it.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what the Thunder did. I mean, what team can really say no to that?
Yeah. No.
Do you think that Houston says no because they have Alpi?
No. No, heck
Come
no.
on. Can you imagine Houston with Chet? The level of defense that they will have on the court?
It's part of the reason that the Thunder are special.
Yeah, exactly. And again, there is no team that would really say no to that. Then why are we making this even a question? That, to me, you can infer that this may be, if luck doesn't help in terms of injuries, not a great contract. But to me, to sign it, it's a no-brainer. It's just a thing that you do. And you worry later, if you have to.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, here's the deal, too. You won the championship. You won it. There's no reason to be worried about anything from here, in my opinion. Like, yeah, this team is going to have opportunities to win multiple, and I believe in my heart of hearts they're going to win multiple championships. I just think that they're that good. They're that good today. They're going to evolve. I mean, you think about the Spurs and like the way that they built their teams, their role players changed.
Yeah.
They had to change. The constants
Sure.
are the big three. And also, the Thunder are going to have the high level assets that they have. Like if Chet somehow like couldn't play past year 8 or something,
Yeah.
just because of injury, which I don't. I mean, you think about his injuries; they've been so fluky
hmm
that I don't necessarily think like we're talking about like a typical big man who's constantly injured, like Embiid or something. I think like these have been extremely unfortunate. He did not really even deal with injury at all before he broke his foot.
Yeah.
And so I think that these were just extremely unfortunate. So I don't think this is going to happen. But if it somehow did, they would have assets to go get somebody else. Like that's the way that Presti has set this up. Not that they need the insurance there, but I think a lot of it is like they want to be able to add very quality role players around these guys for the long term. Like that's what the picks are for.
Yeah.
That's what the picks are for. This is how they're going to continue to sustain this. And also if like you continue to hit on guys like AJ, like AJ is so good, guys. Like AJ is a legitimately very good player that like, man, Milwaukee had a chance to draft him last year. Milwaukee needs a guy like AJ. AJ is super good. Like he's going to come in. They signed him to a 3-year, $9 million deal. It's a bargain. Like it's just an absolute bargain for a guy like that. And if you continue to find guys like that, if Topic hits, we'll talk more about Topic later. If Barnhizer, Barnhizer's been super fun. We'll see how it all works with him. Like there's some things that he's going to have to go right for him.
Yeah, he's Dort level bad in terms of shooting.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Dort today. I'm saying Dort after LSU, which was an adventure in terms of shooting.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and like he's got great work ethic. There's a lot of things going for him. He's on a 2-way, like it's whatever. But man, like just like the whole thing I wanted to just say today is like one, just pause. Just enjoy the fact that your favorite team
just
won the NBA championship. Like they won it. Like they did the thing that every team is aiming to do. This is why the draft matters so much. This is why free agency and trades matter so much, because everybody is jockeying for position to do this.
Yeah.
And the Thunder just did it. And they're not losing anybody today. They're actually adding to it, like adding to the talent base. It's pretty incredible. So I just wanted to make sure that I got that off my chest today. That's just been something that I've been thinking about. Okay, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we will talk some summer league. Maybe I'll tell some stories from the road. We'll see.
Can't wait.
We'll be right back after this quick break. And we're back after that quick break. Before we talk more about Summer League, I want to tell you about my friends at Ring Family Dentistry. They take a straightforward and honest approach to dental care. Doctors Phil and Brennan Ring believe in keeping what's healthy, fixing what's not, and only replacing what truly needs it. No pressure, no upselling, just clear explanations, thoughtful recommendations, and decisions that are always up to you. Ring Family Dentistry is a true family practice with a laid-back vibe, modern tech, and high-quality work, including same-day crowns, even for your front teeth, which I've got those on my front teeth. Plus implants, bridges, root canals, and clear aligner therapy, all offered in-house, which is like, that should be capitalized, all caps, underlined, italicized. In-house is crazy. You need to call them today, 405-621-1555, or make an appointment online at ringfamilydentistry.com. I also just want to give a quick shout to my guys at Bob Moore Kia. They let us take a Kia Carnival out, not only to Vegas, but we took it to Carlsbad Caverns. We took it down to White Sands. We took it up all the way to Zion National Park. It was incredible. It's an incredible vehicle. We had a great time. It was comfortable. Tons of room for my family. It was incredible. So shouts to all my friends. Shout out Kim Smith at Bob Moore Kia. Great people. Right now on a 2025 Sorrento, which I totally recommend the Sorrento. It's amazing. Finance at 1.9% APR for 60 months, $500 bonus cash with Kia Finance Assistance, or lease it for $329 a month for 24 months, 10,000 miles a year, $3,999 due at signing. That's one that I definitely recommend. Or the Telluride, which is also amazing. You can lease it for $379 a month for 24 months. $4,000 due at signing. They're incredible. You should go check out Bob Moore Kia. Tell them that Down to Dunk sent you. You should go test drive a Kia. If you've not been in a Kia, in a new Kia, you need to go get yourself in a new Kia. They're incredible. Please support the people that support Down to Dunk, and go check out Bob Moore Kia today. I've got one of my son's friends in the chat. He's asking if Asher's ready for camp. Asher's been ready for camp for like three months. Okay. You know that is true. He cannot wait for camp. Okay, Michele. Let's talk about Topic. Let's talk about what we've seen from Nikola Topic, the 12th pick overall, a guy that a lot of people had rated higher than 12, I would say. And this is a funky player. This is a very different kind of basketball player. I watched a lot of basketball over the course of the last few days, and there is one Nikola Topic. There is one dude that is like this. Some of it is like he just has a strange body type, and he moves strangely. But there's also not many guys that think the game at as high a level as he does. It is one of the most unusual combinations in the league, I think, and certainly in Summer League, of guys to watch. Like, he just sticks out because there's a lot of very good athletes. There's a lot of guys that are really like giving their all, trying hard. Like, it's fun. It's a fun environment. Alex and I got to sit and watch the Thunder play a couple days ago in the small gym, and we're in row 2. It's incredible. You got like the front office sitting a couple rows in front of us. You got J-Dub and Kason Wallace sitting over there to the right of us. J-Dub over there eating chicken fingers from the concourse, just like a normal dude. I ate those same chicken fingers. They're actually pretty good. But it's an incredible environment to watch. They're good. Yeah. Chicken fingers, that's where it's at. It's an incredible environment to watch basketball. And still, like, I just can't help like coming away from that game and like watching Topic. Like, he is still like this ball of clay to a degree where it's like, what is he going to be? He hit like this pull-up 3 with somebody in his face, and it was just no, like what is this guy? Like, what? Like, that is my general question I have coming away from watching him at Summer League, is like, what is he? Like, what is gonna happen here? You know, it could go incredibly well. Like, the guy clearly has touch. He's not like a zero as a scorer at all. And then his passing is just outrageous. And defensively, there's going to be a lot. I mean, judging defense at Summer League is a fool's errand, in my opinion. I think like one-on-one defense, sure. Like, you can show like the grittiest, the Carter Bryants of the world, sure.
Yeah.
But like, the chaos that is Summer League basketball is like, it's not a great evaluating tool. But you can tell just like people's general like grit and like their general like basketball knowledge. You can see it. It's hard to like completely evaluate it. But anyways, I've rambled here about Topic just because I think that he is outrageously interesting and outrageously unusual as a prospect.
Yeah, before I get into that, now that you talk about chicken fingers, I want to tell a story that nobody cares about.
Oh, yes. Let's go.
as you remember, I used to to do stats and try to make it a living and failed. I had a good friend who's now, by the way, on the Knicks bench. The
Oh,
Cowboys just announced today. Yeah, so
you
shout
know,
out to him.
today?
Yeah. It's
That's amazing. That's
yeah,
amazing.
it is. He is an awesome guy.
Tell him I said
Um,
congrats. That's so cool.
Yeah, he's one of a kind. And he told me that summer, hey, you need to do what I am doing. I said, okay, let's do intermittent fasting. I said, Rick, we are in Vegas. We go to bed at 2 a.m. Like, how in the world I'm supposed to be fasting for 16 hours? And he told me, perfect. 6 p.m. chicken fingers. And the rest of the day, you don't eat anything. So I was craving those chicken fingers during the day because I had to fast with him. It's not that I had to, but it was like basically a try me out kind of thing. And I said, okay, let's bet on it. I will do it. And so for like 3 p.m. up to 6 p.m., I was basically inhaling chicken fingers and not eating them.
That's
So
hilarious.
yeah, it is. But hey, I'm intermittent fasting since 2017 because of that. So
Wow.
yeah, every day.
So the
But
chicken
anyhow,
make you think of intermittent fasting, which is a hilarious corollary right
it
there.
is, isn't it? On Topich, which I mean, I think that there were sparks that caught everyone's eyes.
Yeah.
There were some passes that are similar to the highlights that we saw of him playing in the Adriatic League. And those kind of high level passes is what basically got him where he is right now.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, the touch that he showed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that pull up three, it's more the floater,
Yeah.
the having angles, which never, it was not always good what he was doing at the rim, but you could see like a process, especially when he got a little bit of a step on his defender, which happened a fair amount of time. I think that there are a lot of things that have to be reworked. Shot is one of them. He has a very strange motion. He basically moves the ball from basically his throat to the head, which is very weird. And I'm not sure that is the most clean shot to have. But the touch and the fingertips, you can clearly see that you can use them. And that's why I think this is dramatically different from a guy like Josh Giddey, who, by the way, improved anyway in his shooting. It's also different, the type of passes and the way in which he does it. He moves faster with the ball compared to Giddey when he makes a pass. This to me is more a dynamic passer. Giddey was probably a better standstill passer, like a more violent one.
Giddey is one of the best standstill passers in the NBA. I mean, he's like top 3.
Yeah, exactly. Giddey in that department was so much better. I think the Topic has a slight edge in terms of doing it on the motion. And again, shooting.
Huge edge, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, Giddey was able to do that as well. I'm not ready to say that after Summer League. Let's see the first like 10, 15 games of the regular season, because that is where I can't possibly say now that he can do it against top level NBA defender. Maybe if he does it against San Antonio, maybe.
I think that with better players, it's going to be easier for him.
Maybe. Let me just see him doing it against a top level NBA defender.
Yeah. It's going to take time for him to calibrate, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's taken time for him to calibrate even to this.
Exactly.
Like
maybe he does it.
Yeah.
There is a chance that he can do it. So the pass on the motion is the second thing that I really like.
Mm-hmm.
And the third one is, even if I agree that he plays really upright, as Joseph Mee says in the chat, I really agree with that. He has a long neck, and he often looks too much upright. No really defensive statement, defensive pose, like being down on his knee. That is something that he doesn't do well today. But he had he has a little bit of, hey, I'm putting my body in such a way that I can really control both the penetration and the passing lane, and therefore I can create some turnovers here and there just for the sheer of, hey, I know where the ball will be, and so I'm just shielding one of the two directions. He is a guy that was searching for defensive plays, and he was like very, very, I would say, in moments inside the play. There were moments where it was late on closeouts and stuff like that. So I'm not saying that was just okay. He's going to be good defensively, but he has the brain to be adequate, and also like instinct to be where he's supposed to be, which is a big thing.
It's a huge thing.
Now, no, he has not the power or the strength of Giddy, which had some, and it was why he could be successful on defense. Giddy was. He didn't really apply that, or it wasn't really successful in that. But he had the strength on his part. I don't think that Topic has the same strength, so we'll see. I mean, too early to tell, but it's better to see that than a guy that is completely uninterested and or not effective, even if he tries, like Dylan Jones last year.
Yeah. And the thing too is, like, I know that, like, now that Josh Giddey's not on this team, or like we've seen all of the warts in his game. Like, Josh Giddey is a good NBA player that's going to make a lot of money this summer, that's going to play in the league for a long time. Like, we've got to like be really careful with how we talk about Josh, because like Giddey is a good NBA player.
Oh yeah,
he's going to play in the league, and he's going to be somebody that makes an impact on the NBA for a long time. And like, if Topic has a career that looks anything like Giddey's, not that his game is the exact same, but if like his trajectory is anything close to like what Josh's is, that's like a gigantic success.
Oh yeah, and
so,
I'm not. Yes,
I'm just saying, like, I just don't like. Sometimes I think that when we talk about Josh, we think of him as like a guy that like couldn't make it, or like whatever. Like the hope,
he made it.
Like, can Topic be as good as Josh Giddey? Like, my gosh, if he is, then like the Thunder have
my Josh
completely. My Josh, we nailed the draft. I mean, seriously, that's a huge deal, and like he's got to be better at fitting in. But I think like the number one thing to me is like that I think about when I think about Topic is when Presti said less patterns, more rhythm.
Yeah,
this is the kind of guy that helps you do that. I mean, you watch some of the hockey assists that he had, his just ability to move the ball. If somebody did close out on him, like, he's not just like forcing a shot, or like there's no record scratches with this guy. Like, he just knows how to move the basketball. And I think like that will get him on the court to begin with. He has a lot of room for improvement. He's also 19 years old.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of things that need, I mean, there's a lot of uncertainty around him. Like, there's a lot of, his career has not even, we haven't even put pen to paper yet on like what his career is going to be at all. You know, we're seeing just glimpses of it in Summer League. I think we have to be very careful with Summer League, because it is not a great evaluation tool. There have been a lot of players that have sucked at Summer League that have been good. There are a lot of great players that have played great at Summer League that have not looked good.
Kevin Knox.
I mean, Cam Whitmore was the MVP of Summer League.
Yeah. I think that what I was, I'm glad that you point this out, because I think that it's good to temper excitement and to just slow down. I think that you can take what we said as, hey, these are the things that make Topic different than Giddey, because I think that I read a lot of, hey, they drafted the same player. No, this is not the same player. And yes, Giddey has a lot of things that makes him a very good NBA player. He's extremely strong. He's taller. He's a better rebounder. And overall, today, he is the better passer. And again, he has the strength to play on an NBA court and be like versatile enough where you could play him at the three potentially, if the opponent on the other end is not like a premier ball handler. So I really think that what we should highlight here is, hey, what makes Topic different and why he could fit on OKC? And I think that we kind of touch on the things that um, may be important on his feet with the team. And I also want to address something that was tweeted to me yesterday about the fact that basically it was phrased as, hey, if Topic is a successful pick, then it means that Shea goes at the 2. I don't see it that way, mainly because talking about 1 and 2s in the modern NBA is, I think, a little bit too short-sighted. It's
not even how like the Thunder really play either.
exactly. I think though that if you have a guy that you can play with Shea or without, that can be both an on-ball threat, a great passer, and a guy that can easily slide off ball, which is the part that OKC wasn't able to do with Giddey, then you can increase the efficiency of a guy like Shea. Because Shea and Dub, they are great isolation guys, but they are also very good at nailing shots when you can pass them open. And I think that OKC needs a guy who can pass J-Dub and Shea open, wide open. And Topic, the idea behind Topic is a player that can do that. So I really think that this is not just 1 and 2 or will he be the point guard, plan A, plan B. No, it's just collecting a guy that play at a certain pace that is very weird, as you mentioned, and also has the ability to pass guys open while being a threat offensively. This is something that I think is the reason why a guy like that was drafted. And again, we'll see if he can live up to the expectation or if he's just a guy that for some reason, like Mitic, is not able to stick. Because Mitic, pretty similar idea, not pretty similar player, but a guy who can really shut the basketball, at least he was in Europe, decent size, very good playmaker. And there were glimpses of that being successful. The issue was that he was not good on defense and possibly not really willing to do everything that Mark asked to his veteran players.
Yeah. I think that there is a wide variety of outcomes for him.
Yeah.
And like, for anybody that thinks that they know, good or bad, what's going to happen with Topic, I think like that's silly because like he's played 5 games of 5-on-5.
Yeah.
In like the last like year. So, and some of these are summer league games. I think that he looks like he belongs as far as like being able to play. He doesn't look completely lost. There's definitely shooting stuff that he's got to clean up and he's got to be better at. The turnovers, like the Thunder are a team that has thrived not turning the ball over.
Mm-hmm.
And he is somebody he turned the ball over a lot.
Oh yeah.
And so I would be a little surprised if like and I don't know, maybe they don't use the G League, but I feel like the G League would be a good place for him to like get some reps.
Yeah. Certain kind of reps, yes, especially on marquee matchups or against like G League teams that feature very good defenders, because that is where, the geometry of the NBA game, when you have great defenders on you, it changes a lot from Europe to here.
Yeah, for sure. All I have to say is like I'm incredibly intrigued by him.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know what he's going to be? I have no idea.
Nope.
I have no clue. But it's very exciting to have just like another like very unusual, fun prospect on the team to like figure out what his career is going to be. Okay, let's close talking a little Brooksy Barnhizer, who had 13 steals over the course of 2 games, which is a summer league record. He is like the epitome of a coach's son. Like the dude just like gets after it.
Yeah.
Every single possession, he's locked in. He makes incredible cuts. He rebounds the ball at a high level for his size. He's got the biggest calves I think I've ever seen. The dude is like, he's built.
Yeah.
He is like solid. And he's just a super guy as well. Like he is so Thunder. Like there's so many things that are so Thunder about this guy. He's going to be a great teammate. He's got to be able to make an outside shot.
Yeah.
But he's like, I mean, no shade at Dylan Jones, but I think he's like world's better prospect than Dylan Jones is.
Yeah.
I think he's a guy that can get on the court for the Thunder and just be like an innings eater, at times as a defender, where it's like, hey, we're not going to play Alex Caruso this week. Let's just give Brooksy some time. Like I think you could do that. I think that he's a guy that can just step in and play. Whether he works out long term, I think is a really big question because he's got to be able to shoot it. And the shot, it ain't pretty. And there's a lot of work to be done. But I do think like there is a path for like an end of the bench role player for him. That makes sense. And he could be more. Like there's a lot of things to like about him. And he knows how to take, even though he's not a great shooter, he knows how to take advantage of moments. He knows how to make when there is somebody in the corner that can shoot it and there's adequate spacing, he knows how to move within the offense. Great.
He's a decent passer. It's not like
he's almost good at everything but outside shooting.
Which, kind of important for OKC.
It's quite important. Yes.
Yeah. If you have like 5 minutes more, I want to dive a little bit into something that I discussed with the Dream Team guys. And I think that I came across weirdly or wrongly, and probably because I was talking about Isaiah Joe in a framework where I said, do you think, and I'm posing the question to you, do you think that OKC will look into moving a guy like Isaiah Joe this year? And the rationale to me is, I think that you have options to give AJ and Topic a little bit more minutes than what you gave to Dylan Jones. And I know that there is some rest pattern and probably will be in place for both J-Dub, Shea, Caruso, maybe even a little bit to Lu Dort. So there are minutes to get in general with the Thunder. But I do wonder if Isaiah Joe is somehow the guy who gets squeezed out to the rotation. And I wonder if pulling that a little bit earlier wouldn't be like a wise choice, because suppose that he doesn't play. Do you think that he still retains value after this year? That is the question that I don't know how to answer. And I do think, and then I'm stopped because I'm talking too much, and I do think that Isaiah Joe in the regular season, he will help quite a lot.
Oh, yeah, he provides immense value in the regular season. Yeah, the playoffs are another question. But like, in order to preserve players like Shea and J-Dub and Dort and Kaysen and Alex Caruso, like you just have to have other guys that can play. And so I think Isaiah Joe is a guy that clearly has shown he can play. I mean, he averaged 10 points per game in the regular season, shot 42% on 6 attempts per game. Like he's extremely valuable. I mean, if you could if you just called teams like, hey, would you like to take Isaiah Joe for like a lightly protected first round pick? It's like, absolutely. I think a lot of teams would take him.
Yeah.
Like a lot of teams that need him. Eventually they're going to have to like move on from somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if you could like, to me, it'd be like next summer.
Yeah.
Like, is one way to shed salary in order to to make this work, sending Isaiah Joe into somebody's cap space at the draft and getting a top 10 protected pick. And, sure. That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
That's one way to keep this thing rolling. Sure. And will it impact the playoffs all that much? I mean, Isaiah Joe was the 9th guy, and I could very easily see AJ Mitchell sliding into that role, as the 9th guy in the playoffs next year. So I think the Thunder have, and this is even outside of Isaiah Joe's, they just have options. They're going to have options as to what they're going to do, as to what they can and can't do. Yes, they could move on from either Isaiah, honestly. I mean, there's a chance that we go from 2 Isaiahs to 0 Isaiahs in the next few years. That's a reality.
Yeah.
And if they hit on any of these young guys, I think that they have safely hit on AJ Mitchell. Awesome. That's great. If they hit on Sorber, that's great. I do think that they have a ton of options. If they hit on Brooksy, if Brooks is a guy that they can play, then they're gonna make it. My oldest son has one of his best friends is named Brooks, and we call him Brooksy.
Oh, I see.
And so
and you don't have to bite now.
No, you don't have to do anything now. I think Oos is as good as gone. I think that's an easy one. Maybe you give somebody a 2nd round pick to just take his contract. That's an easy cost saving measure that exists there. Or you could use him for some kind of trade down the road. Maybe you include him and Isaiah Joe to get enough salary to trade for X player. I mean, who knows? The thing about it is for a team that has just won the NBA championship, let's keep that first and foremost.
Woo!
They have options. They have so many options. They're not stuck. I mean, they're not the Milwaukee Bucks. They're not the Denver Nuggets. They're not these teams that have been backed into these corners, and they have very few ways to get better. The Thunder have so many ways to get better at their disposal because they have the draft picks, they have movable contracts, they have players that are their 9th, 10th, 11th guys that teams want.
Yeah.
The 9th, 10th, 11 guys on Denver, nobody wants them. You talk about 6, 7, 8 guys on the Bucks, nobody wants them. And we're talking about the end of the bench guys for OKC. Teams want those guys. They would like to have them on their team. You think about the guys in the playoffs that were 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Joe, Kenrich Williams, Jay Will, and AJ Mitchell. How many teams would line up to have those guys? And we're talking about 8 to 12. We're not talking about their top 7.
Yeah.
So I just think those guys could be in the top 7 for a lot of teams.
Yeah.
And so I just think the Thunder are in such a good position. They're some of these guys that we love and that we've grown to love are going to move on. They're going to play for different teams. I mean, listen, it's just a part of the league. So I don't know. They could move on from him. Yes, that is an option. That is a pathway to maintaining flexibility in the midst of all this, certainly. They had to move on from our guy Darius Baisley, who I saw. We were walking through the casino. So I had just finished a meeting, and I was with my whole family, and we were walking through the casino. And who did we see but Darius Baisley standing there at I don't even know what game he was playing. He's playing some game there in the casino, and I stopped and for the most part, I'm letting my kids have this time. This is not a time for me. But I did, after they got his autograph, I went and said hey, what's up? And he was like, oh my gosh. He was like, I haven't seen you in forever. It was a cool moment because it's somebody that I built a relationship with. He came on down to dunk, back in the day. And so he was, he said he's like, it's really good to just see a familiar face here. And so it was cool seeing Bays. And my kid's got a picture with them. He's still trying to make it back into the league. And I was asking him, like, what's your status on that? How's it going? And he's like, I have no idea. And so he's still trying to make it back in the league. So like that, I mean, that was fun. But like there's just like we get 5 or 6 years down the road. The thing that matters most is that they retain Shea, J-Dub, and Chet. And then like the other cast of characters is going to change. There's going to be beloved players that move on. And like that is just like the nature of the NBA. It happened with San Antonio. It's happened with a lot of these teams. It happened with the Thunder. When the Thunder kept their team together for a long time, like they eventually moved on from Thabo Sefolosha.
Yeah.
They were prepared to enter into a new era with Kevin Durant, and Kevin decided not to, but without Serge Ibaka. This team that we have now will evolve and it will change, and that's just the nature of the NBA. Like you can't really just keep the exact team together for a very long time. Like the CBA almost doesn't allow you to. But like the most important thing is that you keep your top 3 guys and that you find guys that fit the Thunder culture and that fit around those guys, which the Thunder have been very, very good at to this point. So yeah. Joseph, me in the chat. Tim Duncan had 3 different supporting casts on the Spurs: the '99 cast, 2000s cast, and then 2010s. Yeah. And that is one of the most unusual stories of the NBA is like that happening for the Spurs. But like that's the hope for OKC is that like we have this like first championship, we have like the tanking era Thunder, we have the championship, like the first championship era Thunder, and like we get to move through this, and retain like the top guys. So anyways, Michele, anything else before we go?
No, I just want to see the next game of both Brooksy and Nicola, and also AJ Mitchell, which we just briefly touched upon, but he was like very good for the most part.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. All right. Thanks so much for listening to our show. Appreciate you guys very, very much. I will have the Reddit AMA episodes that will go up Wednesday and Friday this week. And then we should have our regular shows the following week. So that is the schedule. I hope everybody's doing great. Oh, Alex and I, so we did Slam and Jam with Sam Vecini on the concourse. That went up. We've had issues with Spotify. So if you haven't listened to it on Spotify, that will be there. Then Alex and I, there will be 2 more episodes this week that will come out with Alex and I and Dave DeFore that will drop on Friday and Saturday of next week. Very, very fun episodes. Keith Parrish, Dave, and I will be on Tuesday, Wednesday of this week. So a lot of fun content that we made while we were in Las Vegas. So look out for that. Let's see. Any other things of note? Oh, on the 25th of July, we will be at Jones Assembly doing bingo. We will be calling the Down to Dunk guys are calling bingo on the 25th of July. So be sure to be there. Mark your calendars because the L Man is going to be drawing out the little balls for bingo, and we're going to be calling bingo. It's going to be great. So be sure to be there for that. That'll be a blast. Hope everybody's doing great, and we'll talk to you guys again on Wednesday.